A federal judge has agreed to appoint a special master to review the documents seized by the FBI during its search at former President Trump's home in Florida last month. The decision comes after Trump's lawyers had asked for a third-party attorney to keep out any privileged materials from the FBI's investigation. This temporarily blocks the Justice Department from continuing to review the seized documents until the special master's review is completed. CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane joins us now for more. Scott, of course you're laboring on Labor Day. I would expect nothing less.
Likewise, Matt.
Well, what does this mean for the overall criminal investigation into the former president's handling of these documents?
Certainly going to slow it down. Now it's just a matter of how much will it slow it down. This federal judge has made it clear through her order that the investigation using the records in question must be temporarily halted until the whole special master business is ironed out. But here's the thing, that business is going to take some time. Both parties, the Justice Department and the Trump defense team, have until the end of the week to come up with some names, some candidates for this special master position. And it may not be easy to find somebody who checks a whole lot of boxes here to fill this position. Then the special master must do his or her work. It'll likely go back through the judge, back through both parties. This is something we may measure in weeks or months, not days or hours. But finding a special master in general could be particularly tricky here. First of all, this independent party, this special master in history, is somebody who has special knowledge, extensive knowledge, no tethers to either party, is wholly independent. Often we're talking about law professors, legal scholars, former judges. But in this case, they're also going through records that may have clearance issues, top secret clearance issues. This may be a very thin needle to thread for the Justice Department, for the Trump team, and for this judge, Matt.
Well, speaking of those names, you recently spoke with attorney Kel McClanahan, who is the executive director of National Security Counselors. So last week, he submitted a list of potential special master candidates to Judge Cannon. So let's listen in to what he had to say to you.
They're generally lawyers, but they're not required to be lawyers.
Law professors?
They're professors, they're scholars. Many of them are retired judges or retired magistrate judges.
Not political.
Not political. And it's basically, the question is, if you're a judge and you want to ask someone for their unvarnished opinion and you want to be able to trust them, who would you go to?
Okay, so apolitical names. So what can you tell us about this list of names? Do we know anyone who might be on it? Probably not, right?
They're not household names. They may not even be household names on their street. We're talking about law professors at public universities, those who are active in the federal court world, but not those who are tied to political parties or the Justice Department or defense lawyers. So we've got a really narrow group of people here, a very small subset. And from that subset, both parties likely have to agree or come to some consensus as to who would qualify. But the bottom line here is somewhat separate from this. This process we just described is going to take time. And time means weeks, it could mean months. It draws this whole process out, which is potentially problematic because we're talking about classified records, potentially top secret records, questions about boxes and boxes of records, and those questions won't be answered, at least not publicly, at least not through this court case, likely anytime soon.
So what is next for the case? I mean, how is the Justice Department reacting to all of this?
Well, we know the Justice Department has issued a statement, but it doesn't say a whole lot, just that they're reviewing the matter and will respond in kind. Typically, the Justice Department does its responding through its court filing. So we'll see over the next few hours or next few days whether the Justice Department chooses to appeal this order from the federal judge in Florida or just plow ahead with the special master plan and try to get through it as quickly as possible. But there is one firm deadline that's worth noting again, Matt. There's a Friday deadline for the parties to voice what they want to voice about the special master, about who could be named. So that's the nearest deadline, but the Justice Department very well could file a response to this order before Friday.
And since you are all encompassing Washington, the January 6th Select Committee returns this month. So what's the latest in its investigations?
Now, this is a timetable we know. The committee from the U.S. House Select Panel returns to Washington over the coming days, and they've made clear they expect or will try to have more public hearings. Likely would have to do that in the coming weeks because after Election Day, the egg timer starts running on this committee. They expire as a committee at the end of the calendar year at the latest when this Congress ends. But also, I want to mention there are a couple key court hearings coming up in the prosecution of the Capitol riot. Later this month, the trial of the accused Oath Keepers seditious conspiracy group. It's going to be the top-level case in court so far, a trial to bookmark. But also tomorrow, an attorney associated with the Oath Keepers, Kelly Sorrell of Texas, has her initial appearance in D.C. federal court, newly charged with conspiracy and obstruction. Another case to watch, Matt.
And of course, this comes after that person last week got that 10-year sentence, and that was the biggest one so far, right, Scott? So these people might be looking at long sentences, too.
Yeah, the Oath Keepers case could bring the capacity for an even longer sentence than the one we saw on the first day of this pivotal month, the 10-year sentence for former New York police officer Thomas Webster, who was convicted of assaulting police on the front lines January 6.
All right. Scott MacFarlane there in Washington for us. As always, Scott, thank you.